Hello friends, welcome to our channel. In this lecture, I would like to show how to solve the example of three-hinged parabolic arches. So see here, this is the question and contains the given data. A three-hinged parabolic arch carries loads as shown in the figure. See here, this is a three-hinged parabolic arch. Means one hinge at the one springing at A, another hinge at the crown, and one more hinge at the another springing level at B. Means there will be two hinges at the springing levels and one hinge at the crown, which is exactly at the center. Totally there will be three hinges. That is the reason this is a three-hinged parabolic arch. If it will be a two-hinged parabolic arch, means there will be only two hinges at the springing levels, not at the crown. Okay, you see the difference. While explaining the two hinge arches, I will show the difference between the two hinge arches, or else I will show the types of the arches. So this is the three hinge arches, two hinges at the springing levels and one hinge at the crown, which is exactly at the top. See here, after what are the given data means, determine the resultant reactions at the support. Based on this given data, we have to find the resultant reactions at the support. So there will be a 20 kilonewton load exactly at 3 meters from the left support. Similarly, 30 kilonewton load given from the left support, which is at a distance of 7 meters. Similarly, on the right half of this span, there will be an UDL, which is uniformly distributed load of 25 kilonewton per meter. So total length of this span will be given as L equal to 20 meters and exactly central rise, that is given 5 meters, which is denoted by small r or YC. So central rise point. So here we are denoting with the notation small r. Okay. So based on this data, we have to find the resultant reactions. What is the formula for the resultant reactions? So resultant reactions will be equal to square root of the horizontal reactions plus vertical reactions. So if you want to find the resultant reactions, before itself we have to find the vertical reactions at the supports, as usually horizontal reactions at the supports for based on the given loads. So for that purpose only I am finding the reactions at the supports. So that is vertical reactions at the supports. See here V and VB. I am going to find the V and VB. Vertical components of RA and RB. So which is denoted by generally V and VB also. So here I am taking entire moments about A. Taking moments about A means I am resolving entire moments about A. So sum of the moments sigma MA will be equal to 0. That is here I am not mentioned. So please remember sigma MA will be equal to 0. So I am resolving the entire moments about A here. Then see here I am taking clockwise movements one side, anti-clockwise movements another side. So if you take like where CWM refers to the clockwise movements, ACM refers to the anti-clockwise moments. So if you take down like this means there is no you don't get any negatives here. So directly after equal symbol you have to take down with positive symbol. So I will show here clockwise movements about A. See here I am taking this vertical load 20 kilonewton. So this 20 kilonewton into distance, moment equal to force into distance, 20 into 3 about A. So I am resolving this given load into up to moment A. So 20 into 3, that equal to this one 20 into 3 plus again the clockwise moment is acting about A. So that one will be 30 into, what is the distance here, 4 plus 3 7. So totally 30 into 7. So these two loads will be completed. Again plus what are the loads again containing on the arch? 25 into 10 is the given load. For UDL we have to take W into L. Again at what distance it will be? Exactly from the center, means 10 by 2. 25 into 10 is the W into L is the load into half of the distance, that is 10 by 2, plus from here to the entire this span 10 plus half of this span 3 plus 4 plus 3 means totally 10. Means your total value for this one will be 25 into 10 into 10 by 2 plus 10. That is the total value which here given. Already I clearly mentioned here. So you please follow this one. Again that one will be equal to, and what are the anti-clockwise movements acting here? So see here VB into this distance. So this one will be acting like this, which is anti-clockwise. So follow the cursor. This one will be acting clockwise and these loads will be following clockwise, and this one will be anti-clockwise. So that is the reason I am mentioning clearly clockwise movements one side, anti-clockwise movements another side. So VB into this distance, that one will be equal to 20. So totally how much you will get? VB into 20 will be equal to. So if you simplify this one, send this totally you simplify this one by using your calculators and take down VB value directly, which one will be equal to 201 kilonewtons. 201 kilonewtons. So after obtaining this one directly, you please mention here itself the value will be equal to 201 kilonewtons. Okay. Then after obtaining this value, take down the vertical loads, sum of the vertical loads on a given span, given arch. Sigma V will be equal to 0, means total vertical load on the given arch. That one will be equal to, see here, both V and VB will be acting upwards and entire given loads will be acting downwards. V and VB taken one side and these given loads will be taken down another side. Therefore, VA plus VB and given loads will be equal to 20 plus 30 is the given load plus 25 into 10, W into L for the UDL, 25 into 10 is taken another side. So already we know VB value, simplify that, substitute that VB value here and again send other side and simplify that one, you will get VA value will be equal to 99 kilonewton. So after obtaining that one, you please write down here. So you please simplify by using your calculators, you will get easy. Okay, so after obtaining these vertical reactions, then go for the horizontal reactions, HA and HB. So horizontal thrust, see here, see here we are going to find the horizontal thrust H. So I am resolving any one side. Here there will be no horizontal loads given in the arch, and at the same time the load here, if there will be no horizontal loads is given, whatever the loads HA, it will be equal to HB. So see here how is the procedure. Taking moments about the crown point C, considering the right side of C. So here we are considering the right span. This is the right span and this is the left span. For me this is the right one. For the diagram this one will be right and this one will be left. But for the student or any lecturer, whoever observing this one will be the right span and this one will be the left span. So see here we are considering a right span, resolving moment right span. If you want, you have to resolve by taking left span also, your wish. So the procedure will be same. I will explain that one also. See here we are considering the right side half of this span. That one will be equal to, taking moment about C, means sigma MC will be equal to 0. I am not mentioning here that one, so you please follow that one also. Again clockwise movements one side, anti-clockwise movement another side. Whatever the movements which are rotating clockwise, you please take down that one in the clockwise movement, and whatever the movement resolving anti-clockwise, you take down that one as the anti-clockwise movement. So see here, HB into C. So this one will be acting like this clockwise. So this one will be the clockwise movement rotating about C like this. HB into C. Follow the cursor. HB into C. So what is the distance up to here for up to the crown point? HB into 5. So force into distance is the moment. I am resolving the moment about C. HB into 5. So see here in the clockwise movements I am mentioning that one. Plus again this load 25 into 10 into half of the load, 10 by 2. See here this one also acting about C point in the clockwise only. See here clockwise, that is the reason 25 into 10 and up to what distance? Half of the distance for the UDL, 10 by 2. So see here 25 into 10, 10 by 2 will be 5. That one will be equal to anti-clockwise movements. Anti-clockwise movement will be, VB will be acting about C will be in the anti-clockwise. So that is the reason VB into up to what distance? Entire this distance. So VB into 10 up to here. So that one will be equal to VB into 10. 20 by 2 will be equal to 10 automatically. So after, so you know already VB value which is equal to 201 kilonewton here, and you please substitute here and simplify that one. You will get this HB unknown value will be equal to 152 kilonewton. unknown value will be equal to 152 kilonewton. So after obtaining the value, immediately you please mention here that one value will be equal to 152 kilonewton. Similarly, take down some of the horizontal loads on a arch. Some of the horizontal loads will be equal to sigma h will be equal to 0. HA will be acting towards right and HB will be acting towards left. Some of the horizontal force means rightwards HA positive and leftwards negative. Take down two opposite sides. Otherwise, both are acting in the opposite direction. That is the reason take down HA will be equal to HB, or else HA minus HB will be equal to 0. So if you take down like this means you will get whatever the value HB will be equal to HA, which is 152 kilonewton. So if there will be no horizontal loads, whatever the value at HA, you will get similar to the HB also. So this is the procedure for finding horizontal thrust from right side. So if you want to find the horizontal thrust from left side means, so see here, take down some of the moments about C from the right half of this span, means sigma mc will be equal to 0. See here, take down clockwise movements one side, anti-clockwise movements another side. So what are the clockwise movement acting on the right side of this span? VA into this distance means 99 into this 10 meter span about C. Again, what are the anti-clockwise movements? So that one will be equal to 30 into 3 plus 20 into 7 plus this HA into 5. So already you know the value of so already you know this 99 and this all the other remaining values. Here unknown will be HA at that time if you want to resolve from the right side means. Then if you simplify on that way means you will get the value HA will be similar to this one. So if you take down from left side or else from the right side, the procedure will be same and the answer also you will get same. Okay, then move to the resultant reactions. So what are the formula for the resultant reactions? So the resultant reaction, so where you have to find the resultant reaction? So here we have to find the resultant reaction at this position, resultant reaction. So what is the formula exactly for this one? Resultant reaction at A will be equal to square root of HA square plus VA square. RA square will be equal to HA square plus VA square, where RA will be equal to square root of HA square plus VA square. Thus, that is the formula for the resultant reaction. That is the formula for the resultant reaction at both A and B. Okay, so I will show here. See here, this one will be the resultant reaction. So this one will be equal to this RA square will be equal to HA square plus VA square. That one will be equal to, if I am sending the square root that side means RA will be equal to square root of HA square plus VA square. Already you people know the values of this HA value and VA value. If you simplify this one by using our calculators, directly you will get the value of 181.39 kilonewton. So you please write down directly here 181. That one will be equal to 181.39, which is I am directly taken some 181 kilonewton. Okay, then similarly the formula here for B will be equal to RB will be equal to square root of HB square plus VB square. So already you know the values of HB and VB values directly. If simplify this one, you will get 252 kilonewtons. That one will be equal to 252 kilonewtons. At the same time, here we are finding one more point. So from the horizontal, at what inclination you will get this resultant reaction at A. So from the horizontal, at what inclination, at what slope you will get this resultant reaction at A. For that one, see here, tan theta A will be equal to opposite by adjacent side. So whatever the value opposite will be equal to 99 kilonewton and adjacent will be equal to 152. So take down theta this side, and if you want this slope means take down this one and send this tan this side. So you will get tan inverse of VA by H. So you know the values of this VA and H, directly substitute in the formula, you will get along with the degrees, minutes and seconds. On the same way, theta B will be equal to the formula tan inverse of this VB by HB, opposite to adjacent. So you will get directly this value. So friends, these are the procedure finding resultant reactions at supports. If you want to find out the resultant reactions at the support, before itself you have to find out the vertical reaction and then horizontal reaction. Based on that only you have to find out the resultant reactions at the support. Friends, I hope you understand this lecture. In the next lecture, means that is in the part 2, example 1, that is in the continuation of the next lecture, I will show how to find out the normal thrust, bending moment and radial shear. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like this video, share it to your friends and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.